If you're an artist that releases original music or is planning to do so in 2026, this reel is for you. You've got to stop obsessing over your rights. You heard that right. I am the last person to be saying this, and yet I'm saying this. I'm always been for artists to know and understand their rights, which are the ones that they should keep and which are the ones that they should be open to negotiate on. However, please understand this. The 100% of zero is still zero. The fact of the matter is that all of these rights become valuable when the track does well. If your track is not getting spins on Spotify and other DSPs, if your track is not getting views on YouTube, then your track will not generate any royalties, right? So this is something that you should keep in mind before you sign up for performance rights organizations such as IPRS, especially if they are charging you a joining fees. IPRS charges about 1200 odd rupees for composers and artists to join them, and there's a bunch of paperwork. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but all I'm saying is weigh it out. First, focus on the track doing well, because your royalties are kept in the pool for up to 3 years. They cannot be distributed to random people till 3 years. So it's not a bad idea that first you focus on the music, you focus on the releases, you focus on making sure that they get more spins. I know this is contrary to the advice that you've heard most of the times, including from me in the past, but the fact of the matter is, unless and until your track is not getting spins on Spotify and YouTube, no royalty is due to you. And so what's the point? But let's not leave it there. Let's look at how do we get the track to succeed or get spins on Spotify and YouTube. Well, there are two ways to do that. One of them is pretty well known, which is marketing, but I'll get into the weeds. The second one is route, which I personally feel has huge potential, which is to go the Superfan route, which basically means focused. The difference is that with marketing, you're looking at breadth, which is looking a lot of volume of people, and with superfans, you're looking at depth. Few people, but who are really into you. As an artist releasing music in 2026, how do you rise above the noise of 125,000 tracks being uploaded on DSPs every day and a large chunk of them being made on AI? How do you do that? Well, it is a known fact and it's obvious that marketing is one way to do it, in which you go really wide. Okay, now this is an expensive proposition. You got to be aware of it, and this is also a high risk proposition in the sense that you're counting on a very small chance of your track really tipping over and becoming viral. Here's how it works. You're going to use two of the main platforms to advertise, which is Meta ads as well as Google ads. If Spotify is what you really want to push, then you run Meta ads onto a landing page, and the landing page has all the different choices of the DSPs and the listener chooses. This is a better option than linking it straight to your Spotify track. Even though it seems counterintuitive, the fact of the matter is that when people choose to click and hear your song, the chances that they will turn into real listeners, follow you, and eventually turn into fans is far higher than if you just click it straight to like an autoplay link of Spotify. Research shows that people will not convert to your actual listener or fans if you do that. Playlisting is something that I've never been a fan of. It's what I call passive listening and passive discovery. So nobody really bothers about what they're listening to on playlist. I mean, it's a very rare chance that you'll actually pick up your phone and see who the artist is. So marketers who are offering you Spotify spins by way of inserting your track in a playlist, they might get you spins and therefore some amount of royalty, but those people are not converting into listeners or fans. If you want more YouTube spins, with Google you have a lot of control. You can focus on subscription based advertising, which increases your subscribers. You can focus on just views, but the big problem with spending money and marketing your track is that the moment you turn the tap off, your views and your engagement and everything falls sharply down, unless and until you've been able to convert some percentage of those people into your followers or fans. And that happens in that odd chance of your track tipping over and becoming viral. There's no way to figure out if and when that happens. So do we have another option? We do. We don't go wide, we go deep. And that is the Superfan route. Let me tell you that you do not need 1 million listeners to have a successful music career. There is another option. Instead of pitching your music to 1 million strangers and watering that pipe through spending marketing money, the other way is to cater to the 1,000 who really care about your music. They are basically the people who buy the front row tickets to your shows, buy your merch, and be ready to pay to listen to your music. This route is called the Superfans route. I personally am betting on this route for my next EP release. The two platforms that are doing this currently are Bandcamp, which has been around for a very long time, and there is a relatively new platform called Even. These platforms allow you to upload high quality audio masters. They allow you to list your merchandise, even list your ticket sales, and they give you the ability to communicate directly with your listeners. This really helps build the community and also helps you own the database, which is very important in today's day and age, because everybody's relying so heavily on tech companies like Meta and Google and the algorithms that they are constantly tweaking, that this is one short way for you to establish a direct bridge with whoever it is who's found a connection with you as an artist and your music. In this series, I told you how rights are a long-term gain, and in the short term, unless and until your song doesn't do well, it doesn't get spins, those rights are worthless. However, the Superfan Route, what it does is it gives you this financial floor. Think of it like that. So before the spins happen or before the tracks take off, this is one way in which you can sustain yourself financially by building your superfan base. Universal Music has invested heavily with Even. Warner Brothers has put one of their top priorities as focusing on superfans. This here is the turn, I feel, of the music consumption industry. I think everybody is quite sick of the algorithmic way in which Spotify and the rest are pushing the music down. It's been hugely devalued, and I don't think we've been able to find any real connection with any of the new artists. So yes, super fans, you should check it out, Bandcamp and Even. I chose to go with Bandcamp. Maybe I'll make another reel on comparison and tell you what is what. My Bandcamp link is in the bio. Do check it out. I've got some limited edition music which is streaming there. You can purchase the music. There's no merch as yet, but I'm going to put it up. But I'm betting heavily on it on my next EP release. And if you find this kind of stuff interesting, feel free to follow. This is the Vipin Mishra project. Keep making the music. I'll see you in the next one.